According to CNBC, as reported on by Reuters, Wells Fargo is going to close all of their personal lines of credit. What's going on, guys? My name is Jess from the Base Liberty Nerd, and I came across this story, and it kind of brings up something that I really want to talk about, which is the way that our credit system works in the United States. I can't speak for any other countries. I only have experience in the United States. So, on to the news first. So basically, let's just take a look at this article. Wells Fargo is shutting down all existing personal lines of credit and is not offering the consumer lending product anymore. CNBC is reporting on Thursday, citing letters from the bank. The product, which usually gave users $3,000 to $100,000 in revolving credit lines, was pitched as a way to consolidate higher interest credit card debt, pay for home renovations, or avoid overdraft fees on linked checking accounts. Customers have been given a 60-day notice that their accounts will be shuttered, according to the report. Wells Fargo did not immediately respond to a Reuters request for comment. Okay, so my initial thought, being not a financial expert, but hey, I'm a private company, right? They can offer whatever products they want. It's a consensual agreement between the people who are taking out the loans and the lender. I don't know the fine print. I'm also not a lawyer, but it seems reasonable that they can choose to close these accounts, okay? Right off the bat. The issue becomes all of these people who have current loans through this program with Wells Fargo that are losing their accounts, their credit score is going to drop. Could be a little bit, could be a lot. For those of you who don't know how that works, the reason that is because one of the larger factors in your credit score is called the credit utilization. Okay, now just a quick example. Say you have a $20,000 car loan, and let's say you have a $10,000 personal line of credit through Wells Fargo that's going to get shut down. You currently have $30,000 worth of credit. Okay, $20,000 of it is in your car loan, $10,000 on this Wells Fargo line of credit. If we lose that $10,000, this account gets closed down, your credit maximum is now only $20,000, which means the utilization, the amount of your available credit that you're using, goes way up by about 33% in this specific situation. That's huge. That is absolutely huge, and people are going to get hurt by this. People are definitely going to get hurt by this, and it's going to be really hard for some people. So my problem with this whole situation is not necessarily that Wells Fargo decided to close these accounts. It's that the system in place allows for Wells Fargo to hurt the consumers by closing these accounts. Follow me here. Credit is important, okay? And I am not a credit expert by any chance, but there's a few things that are really important to credit. Obviously, derogatory late payments, that's going to be huge, but your credit utilization is huge. How much available credit versus how much you're using. Another really large factor is the age of your accounts. The more older accounts you have, whether you're using them or not, the better your score. So, personally, I don't understand why it's important to have an account that has a $1,000 limit that I got when I was 17, 18 years old. I don't understand why having that account for 15, 20 years is more important than paying my rent every month, than paying my electric bill every month, paying my internet bill, my cell phone bill, all these things that we're paying reliably every month. Those don't get factored into your credit score. So a lot of people who are in rental situations who don't qualify for credit, it's almost a meme at this point. Hey, can I have some credit? Sure, how's your credit score? Well, I don't have a credit score. Oh, sorry, you can't get one. It's what do they call it? A catch-22. Now, there's ways. You can get a secured line of credit. You can sign on to something like Self or one of these credit buildings offers. But the fact of the matter is that it does not take into account a majority of people's basic necessary living expenses and your ability to pay those basic expenses reliably. If you don't use any credit, you're punished. If you'd pay cash for everything, you could be a millionaire and you'll have a 400 credit score. Why? Because you don't use any credit. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. The credit system it's archaic. It's overly complicated. I don't know the solution. I am not pretending to know the solution. My problem is, I think that we need a change. I don't know what that change is going to be, but we definitely need a change. So one thing that's going to be really interesting for me to look at here is actually checking out the reaction from Senator Elizabeth Warren. Now, this is interesting for me because I can't remember a time in my adult life that I have been on the same side as Senator Warren. I can't remember that. I'm not going to say I am completely on her side here. Let me read this to you. Senator Elizabeth Warren slams Wells Fargo for causing potential credit score to hit its customers. Key points. Wells Fargo's decision to pull customers' credit lines was lambasted by Senator Warren. This is a quote. Not a single customer should see their credit score suffer just because their bank is restructuring after years of scams and incompetence. Warren, a Massachusetts Democrat, tweeted Thursday evening. So, I agree with her to an extent. I'm not really mad at Wells Fargo. Don't get me wrong. I know Wells Fargo has had their history with like the. I'm not too versed in what happened, but I think they were opening up like fake accounts for people and stuff like that, and messed up, wrong, not okay, right? But I'm trying to look at this situation sort of isolated, just because I don't have all the information here. So I think that Senator Warren is right to be concerned about how this is going to impact the people whose accounts are being closed. I think that her heart is in the right place. That sounds weird for me to say about Senator Warren, but that's okay. I think her heart is in the right place, but I think she's going about it wrong. This is the typical mindset. Go after the corporation. The corporation is always wrong. And in a lot of cases they are. But in this situation, I don't think that Wells Fargo needs to feel bad for ending a product or ending a promotion that they're offering. I think, again, it's the system that we have set in place that's allowing for the result of that decision. So if Senator Warren really wants to help people, I think that she will take a look at the credit system and find out, hey, why is it that these people are going to be so hurt by this, and how can we prevent that from happening? I mean, not to go too in depth into it, but right now we all know how crazy the housing market is. Everybody and their brother wants to buy houses and property, farmland. It's all about physical assets. People are terrified about inflation. People are terrified. I mean, there's all these stimulus checks coming in. We're printing trillions and trillions of dollars. Inflation is coming. It's gonna come. So we're seeing the more wealthy side of the United States. We're seeing these people buying up properties and houses. I mean, sight unseen. Sight unseen. They call them up. Hey, I'll give you 25% over asking price. Sold. They haven't even seen the place. So the result of Wells Fargo closing the accounts is going to cause tens of thousands of these account holders. Disclosure, I don't know how many accounts there are, but that's an assumption. We're going to see tens of thousands of people who have these accounts in a time where the housing market is crazy, inflation is coming, everyone is doing their best to prepare by investing in physical assets, houses being the number one, and they're going to close these accounts, and these people are going to be left holding the bag. They've done nothing wrong, but because the credit system is the way it is, their score is dropping. They're not going to qualify for houses. They're not going to qualify for cars. They're not going to qualify for, some places that I've applied for jobs have tried to run my credit as a job applicant. It's insane. That's a story for another day. So I don't know what the solution is. I really don't. I just wanted to talk about this because I think it's a huge issue. The credit system is jacked. It makes no sense. We're not focusing on the right things with the credit system. And I think it needs to change. Anyway, that's all I got for you right now. Thanks for checking out my channel. This is a new channel. I literally just started it today. I'm going to try to upload as often as I can. But if you enjoy hearing me ramble on and share some articles, definitely hit the subscribe button, and I would appreciate some comments, some feedback, always helps. Anyway, we'll talk to you again soon.